Have you ever wondered why we say bless you when someone sneezes? Or why we wash our hands before a meal? These aren't just random rules our parents made up. Many of the manners and social customs we practice today have deep roots in a fascinating history where politeness and public health became unlikely partners. Today, it's the first line of defense against germs. They believed in things like miasma, or bad air, being the culprit for illnesses. He worked in a maternity clinic and was horrified by the high number of mothers dying from a mysterious illness called childbed fever. He noticed something strange. The doctor's ward had a much higher death rate than the midwife's ward. What was the difference? He realized the doctors were coming straight from performing autopsies in the morgue to delivering babies, without washing their hands. The death rate plummeted almost overnight. You'd think he'd be hailed as a hero, right? Wrong. The medical community was outraged. The idea that their own hands, the hands of gentlemen, could be dirty and deadly was a huge insult to their social standing. But how did it become a common courtesy, something we do before dinner at a friend's house? This is where manners step in. As germ theory became more accepted in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, public health campaigns kicked off. Posters and pamphlets started appearing, teaching people, especially children, about the importance of hygiene. Wash your hands before you eat became a new golden rule. It was framed not just as a way to protect yourself, but as a sign of respect for others. You wash your hands, so you don't pass your germs to the people you are sharing a meal with. Cleanliness became a form of social responsibility, and good hygiene became synonymous with good manners. It showed you were educated, considerate, and a civilized member of society. Now, let's talk about sneezing. Gesundheit, bless you. Salud. Almost every culture has a phrase to say after a sneeze. Where did this come from? The origins are a bit murky, but most historians point to a few key moments. One popular theory dates back to the 6th century during the plague of Justinian. Sneezing was thought to be one of the first symptoms of this deadly disease. Pope Gregory the Great supposedly decreed that anyone who sneezed should be immediately blessed with a prayer, saying God bless you, in the hopes of protecting them from death. The sneeze was seen as the soul trying to escape the body, and the blessing was a way to ward off evil spirits from entering. Another theory links it back to ancient beliefs that a sneeze could expel your spirit from your body. Saying bless you was a way to protect your vulnerable soul. Regardless of the exact origin, the custom stuck. But then, just like with hand washing, germ theory gave it a whole new meaning. In the late 19th century, scientists discovered that a sneeze could propel thousands of tiny droplets filled with germs into the air at incredible speeds. Suddenly, sneezing wasn't just a spiritual concern, it was a public health hazard. This is when the second part of the etiquette came into play, covering your mouth. The polite thing to do wasn't just to receive a blessing, but to prevent the spray in the first place. People were taught to use a handkerchief. You're upholding a social contract that was built, one rule at a time, to make our shared world a little bit cleaner, a little bit safer, and a little bit kinder. It's a beautiful example of how looking out for each other is, and always has been, the foundation of a civilized society. Thanks for watching. If you found this dive into the history of manners interesting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories behind our everyday lives. See you next time.